You're listening to Stories to Create with your host, Cornell Bunting. Author, motivational speaker, and founder of EHAS Each Episode. Cornell sits down with inspiring voices to uncover the stories that shape who we are and who we're becoming. Get ready to listen, learn, and be inspired. The show starts now.
Yes, Cornell Bunting here. Welcome to another episode of Stories to Create podcast right here at EHAS CLUB. I am so excited. I told you guys they were coming, but right now, as you can see, it's one. So, the man himself, of course, people, you guys been looking for who's all behind GCL, what that look like, but, it's only right.
Wow.
We bring the fellows themselves. So right now we have Marco Cruz.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In the building.
One half of the duo.
One half of the duo.
One half of the dynamic duo.
Yeah. So Brian couldn't be here because of certain
Life,
events.
man.
Life
Kids.
happens.
All the kids are out of school now.
Yeah, that's
So you know how that goes.
bruh.
And they're still young, so
Oh man, listen, I tell you, when it comes to parenting, it's like a whole nother beast.
it is, man. It is. I see him. I don't have any kids yet, and I see him, and I'm like, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. But then for real, I'll keep it real. Like at the beginning, but then I see moments where he has with his kids and stuff.
Yeah.
And it is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
You
So,
like, I want that.
I think now that I'm getting older, I'm like, I can see myself wanting that.
Okay.
Not right now. I'm not right now.
So it's a possibility.
Yeah. Most people are having kids later on now, bro.
That's true.
It's crazy. Like,
that is true.
Women, man, like it's like wow, times are changing.
I don't know, man. I feel like when I get to a certain age, I want my kids to almost be there,
Yeah.
Because I'm 43 now. My oldest kid is 20, so we getting there, man. We getting there.
So you have a 20, a 17-year-old, and a 15-year-old?
Yeah, and then the little man, 2.
Oh man.
I know. Every time I say 2, everyone's like, bro.
Again?
Like, why? Like, who does that?
You're almost out, man.
Yeah, you were like,
out.
dude, why? You pull yourself back in, but
Man, life happens like that, man.
It does, man.
In weird ways, it's a blessing. We did a podcast with First Lady Nikki.
Yeah.
And she mentioned, she also has, it's not a newborn, but recently, I forget how many, a year.
Right, yeah.
Or something like that. But, she wasn't ready, and she mentioned how, like, basically God was like, that this new child gave her a newfound realization, took her to the next level in her life, even though she was already there.
Right.
It gave her a new perspective and everything like that. And she's at a peace right now that's like, it's balanced.
Right. It does that.
I was like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
But she was like, no more, God. Like, no, I'm good.
No more. We're shutting it down.
I learned it, yo. I'm here. We don't got to do it again.
Yo, so for the listeners out there, the way we do the show, we want to take our listeners back. We're going to create a story. So, of course, we want to go back to Marco from the younger Marco.
Okay. Interesting.
The early growing ups. Like, how far back can you remember, like, growing up?
Man, I don't know if, like,
you could go all the way to 6, bruh.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. Like, I don't even know, man. I think trauma has left me be like, I don't know if I want to remember things like that.
Oh, no. Yeah.
But not in a bad way, like family stuff. And, but nonetheless, I'm Colombian.
Yeah.
I was born in Cali, Colombia.
Okay.
Which is the city. It's called Cali.
Yeah.
And, it's one of the major cities in Colombia. I was born in the Social Security office there.
What you mean, bruh?
Well, it's a different version there.
Okay.
Like I guess like the public hospital or something.
Okay.
Yeah. And I came to New Jersey when I was probably like 1 year old or something like that.
Okay.
My mom got pregnant here in the States, but then she had me over there. She didn't know, and then once she found out, she couldn't travel back.
Right.
So So yeah. So I was able to come back and And I lived in Jersey till I was 13. And then I moved down to Bonita Springs, Florida.
Yeah.
And
you didn't like it in Jersey, man, growing up?
Family, man. You got to move with the tribe. And my dad got a job, or he was helping my uncle out in Bonita Springs.
Yeah.
So just that, work dynamic moved me down. And yeah, we've been in Florida ever since, huh?
Wow. So what was school life like before 13, like in Jersey? What was that like? What was that culture?
It was different, being in Jersey and in the school I went to, which is PS18, which was like, I believe, like elementary to like 8th grade, like something like that. And a lot of brick. Yeah. There was no park, like nowhere, like you could go play in the back, no jungle gym, nothing like that. It was a big parking lot. Yeah. And in recess, and that got converted into like a recess yard or something like that. And we just played wall ball, man. Just hung out like if it was like a jail. Wow. Like in the yard. Yeah. Looking back at it, that's how I'm like, wow, it kind of has in the yard. It was. It was like we were in the yard because it was a fence. Yeah. You could see the street, corner store right there, and it was a bunch of brick, red building, like 3 stories, old. You know what I mean? Damn, the old windows and everything, and then coming down here, you see a lot of newer stuff. Right. I only a front yard or anything like that, or backyard. I only really experienced that when I came to Bonita Springs. Okay. And, Bonita, there's different levels to Bonita, but at the time, we were able to like live in my uncle's house, and he had like a nice house with a pool and everything. Okay. I never experienced that before. Yeah. So it very different, very, very different.
So it was mom and dad that came down with you?
Yeah. Yeah. Dad came first, and then my mom came.
Okay.
Afterward.
Oh, so you had a big family down
there? In Jersey, we had more aunts and uncles and stuff. You know what I mean? Because I'm Colombian, but I have like cousins that are Colombian Peruvian. Yeah. Colombian Cuban, Colombian Puerto Rican. Yeah. So, being mixed in with like the different Latino cultures that were in Jersey at the time, is definitely, it makes you well-rounded. Yeah. Especially with food. Yeah. Especially with food, man.
You guys go hard with the food, bro.
Yeah. Well, Peruvians have a great cuisine. Yeah. Their culinary thing is like, I want to say world-renowned. Right. And Puerto Ricans, you can't go wrong. It's always a good time with the food, man. Being Jamaican, I know, Oh, yeah. Rice and peas and all that.
Rice and peas. You guys.
I love your rice and peas. I love Jamaican rice and peas.
Hey, listen, we love you guys rice and peas.
Yeah?
Too, you guys go hard with that, man.
Thank you.
But you guys do all that other mixture in it too, man, with the
chicken in it, yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Arroz con pollo.
What do you call it?
Arroz con pollo.
Arroz con pollo.
Yeah, rice with chicken.
Yeah. Oh man, I enjoyed that, man. Even when I came to your spot there that one time, I think you had one of those dish in the room there with the mix up, with the rice mix up.
Oh, with you mean in January?
Yeah.
Who was that? Ron Ford from Entrees, man. Yeah. He cooked, and ever since then we've been partnering up with him. We've got a few projects that we're going to work on.
That's beautiful.
And he's going to cater it because best feedback, man. Everybody was like, "What was that food?" You know what I mean? Like it was amazing and stuff like that. Yeah. And bro, I forgot you were there, bro. It's been so long, and so many things have happened, bro. But I'm glad we did that. We had the opportunity to do that because we wanted to, as far as GCL. We wanted to definitely appreciate someone being 11 years in the area and stuff like that, and we were able to get some grant money. Yeah, and instead of like being like, oh, this and that, we were like, yo, let's do a party for like people that that have been with us, like have done things with us, and like even on the side, not even just the events, just Brian and I personally, like talking, and all the different things. So I'm glad you can make it, man. We've had a lot of people. Not everybody made it, but like we had a good time.
So, before we even get to how GCL was created and all that stuff, man.
Oh, yeah.
You finished school here in Florida.
Right. So I went to 7th and 8th grade in Bonita, and then I went to high school here in Lee County. And by that point, we moved to Fort Myers. So my zoning changed. Okay. At that point, it was, I don't know how they do it now, but it was like zones. So you only had a certain amount of schools per zone.
Right.
And so I went to South Fort Myers my freshman year. Was it South Fort Myers? Oh, my apologies. Cypress my freshman year.
Okay.
Sophomore year was Fort Myers. Junior year was Riverdale, and then senior year was East Lee.
Man,
I was the first school from East Lee.
Yeah.
First class, senior class.
Yeah.
It was like 80 kids and only 40 graduated.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was one of the fastest graduations ever.
Yeah. When you said fastest, what you mean? Like,
you know when they read the thing out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 20 minutes and the thing was done.
It was it.
It was it.
It was not like, oh, we got anything else?
Yeah. I had a family. It was like, that was it. Like, yeah, that was it, man. You missed it.
Wow. Damn, bro. That's crazy. So how did the arts came about though, man? Like, was that from in school or you discovered that afterwards?
You know, there's no creativity in my family. Like, you know, there's a lot of entrepreneurship.
Right.
There's a lot of like forward thinking, like really like business person, like type of mentality, you know, like just organizing. Right. Business, but not really like an artistic creative side. So that really came about from being from the area. Yeah. Wanting to do and see something different. Right. And then really college. Yeah. You know, I went to Edison State College, which is now Florida
FSW.
FSW.
Yeah.
So Edison was like an extended high school base. If you were in the area, right, it was an extended high school. So a lot of people that you might know or from high schools went there, right, and then maybe they left or they graduated from there, whatever, right. And so it was cool, man. I got to meet a lot of people that I knew from the different schools I met, or I met a lot of people in college, and that experience really opened me up because it put me around different people, and it put me around like a lot of like some like hippie people. Yeah, I never really like before because I always grew up urban. Yeah. So I didn't know what that was. Yeah, being around those circles and being like urban, whatever that means. You know, at that point it was like wearing like long tees and just like I don't know, it's Lehigh mentality and stuff like that. And
the culture was different.
The culture was different. So like mixing in with all these people and them giving me perspective outside of my own realm. You know, and really like, it doesn't have to be this way or you know. And I was like, wow. I don't know. College is very opening. Yeah, that's why I tell people like when I see someone is like in high school and they're like about to, or they're like, I don't know if I want to go back. I'm like, you're still young. Do it. Yeah, do it because this point, like between like 18, 19, 20, early 20s and stuff like that. Right. That's such a like it could be such a dope time. Right. If you like just follow some steps.
Yeah, and tap in.
You gotta tap in.
You gotta tap in, man.
And some people would be like, "Oh yeah, I went, but I didn't do much." It's like, well, that's the problem. You didn't join no clubs, right? You didn't try and meet no people, try new projects, new things, you know. And like, I was willing to throw myself out there.
Man, that was good, man. And then, so how was GCL birth?
So I said all that to say that Brian moved to Tampa. And in the midst of this, I was still at Edison and I was about to get out and stuff like that. But with his transition of moving and then eventually coming back, he was able to see a bigger city and the dynamic in the bigger city and the creativity, the artists, like everything that was going on. Mm-hmm. And he told me about these like poetry lounges and stuff and that he went to with actually his wife now, Marie. Right. They're both living there. And he's like, I want to do that here and this and that. And I entertained the thought and I was like, all right, yeah, let's do it. And he set it up, but we didn't know marketing or nothing like that. Right, so like it was at a bistro off of Santa Barbara. Okay.
That's in Cape Coral.
Yeah. Cape Coral. Okay. Yeah. Our first event was in Cape Coral at this, the chef, the name of the restaurant was called Chef Jay's Bistro. Yeah. And cool dude. I forgot where he's from, but he really gave us opportunity and he was like, yeah, do it, this and that. Yeah. And we were like, really? Yeah. And we were like, oh, okay. Yeah. So he did it, and it went bad. Nobody showed up. I think like I had to come up with a poem because there was no artist, and then another friend did this and that, and then it was bad. But that, basically pissed me off so much.
It did?
Yeah. Like, when I get pissed off, I get like, it'll like motivate me. Okay. To like, oh, not again. Right. You know what I mean? Like, nah, we ain't like, nah. Yeah. So I just started approaching like, what does it mean? And around this time, it was like, what do I want to do in life? You know what I mean? And like, being around these like hippies or new age, things that were going on at the time,
Right.
it gave me perspective of like trying to, I want to make positive change. I want to like do things in the community. How do I affect the community in a larger way? 'Cause
Right.
I was trying to be a physical therapist, but I have never been good at school. Like,
Right.
I get street smart and I can be book smart, but my concentration is really hard, bro.
I see. Attention span is short.
It is. It can be. It
Okay.
can be. I
Yeah.
have to like do tricks and stuff. And I think I don't know. I think I have ADD or ADHD, something like that. For sure, bro. I think so. At this
Something.
point,
Yeah.
at this point, and like the older you get, you start seeing patterns and stuff, and you're
Right.
like, huh? Is that what you start talking to other people that have been diagnosed, and they're like, huh?
Yeah.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Every young person carries a story of hope, of struggle, of dreams waiting to rise. But in too many underserved communities, those stories go unheard.
At ease, Inc. Everyone has a story. We believe every voice deserves a chance through mentorship, empowering programs, and storytelling workshops. We help youth discover their purpose, strengthen their mindset, and build a future they can be proud of.
From classrooms in Jamaica to communities across Southwest Florida,
EHAS is changing lives,
one story at a time.
but we can't do it alone. Join us, become a mentor, volunteer, donate, help us fuel the next generation of leaders, creators, and change makers.
Visit EHAS.org today, because when you help a young person share their story, you help them change their world.
I can relate to some of that. So that's where I'm at right now. I haven't been officially diagnosed, but there's a lot of things that
Yeah.
the people that have friends that have, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wow,
Maybe.
very similar.
Yeah.
I can relate to a lot of what you just said.
Wow. Wow.
So it was always hard for me to focus.
Yeah.
And so my grades weren't always the best, and to get into the right programs and stuff like that. So it was like, but I wanted to do it because I wanted to make money
Yeah.
and like a living and whatever, and still help people.
Right. Right.
So I was trying to figure that out. You know,
Yeah.
and like I guess I was running with that energy, even though I didn't realize it.
Right.
And so the formulation of GCL came because of all that culmination.
Right.
So all
right.
those little tidbits and stuff like that. And then I saw the Bob Marley documentary.
What?
Yeah, I saw the Bob Marley documentary.
That is a
And the
dope
fact
documentary.
That he was able to make, the world didn't completely change,
Right.
but he was able to influence, he put some of his songs, they're still relevant.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Still relevant.
Very.
You know what I
very,
mean? And like,
very.
so, and then it also talks me about the Rastafarian like culture in the community,
Yeah.
and also how like everybody in Jamaica does not smoke weed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like this is a subculture,
Yeah.
it's a religion,
Okay.
and like while here, for years I was like, damn, all Jamaicans smoke weed,
Right.
but it was not like that.
It's not like
it's not
that.
like that. I met
It's
some
not.
serious hey,
Focus. Yeah. man.
focused like Jamaicans that are like, nah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
no. So
It-
I great documentary, learned a lot, and I was able to really be like, yo, it's entertainment. So I started doing more research, and I started a company with another guy named Jose.
Yeah.
And then eventually, a few years in, he got bored and he just wanted to transition out.
Right.
So, but Brian's always been part of it from the very
Okay.
beginning,
Okay.
So through that process, I had to put everybody in a room to like be like, okay, this is the thing, because my Jose wanted to do more like club stuff,
Okay.
like party promo and things
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And I like to party and wild out too. So I was like, okay, but there's art stuff though. We got to do this
Right.
event.
Yeah.
So I got everybody in the room, and it was Brian, like several other people that friends of ours, and we just started pitching the idea, throwing it around, like seeing what we could do and what it is that we wanted to do. And we knew we wanted art, we knew we wanted poetry, and then we were like, oh, but you got to network. There's got to be a networking part. So then that's how art and poetry networking event came about.
Right. Right.
And then the entity was already formulated. So I knew that we had to be official.
Right.
Even though I didn't know how to get an LLC, I didn't know. I let Jose do it because he was like more technical than I was.
Right.
Again, the whole ADHD thing, you know, like I can put a whole room and put people together and all this, but sitting down to do paperwork is really hard for me, bro.
Yeah.
It is. I don't know. Like I'm still like working on getting through that. And hopefully next time I talk to you, like next year, you'd be like, da-da-da. I'm like, yeah, dude, no, I'm in it now, bro.
Yeah, official.
Whatever it is, I figured it out. Now I'm in it.
Yeah.
Because I'm high functioning.
Right.
So I make it work, but still it's been very limiting at times.
Yeah.
So with that said, you know, I let him kind of run that and he put the company together and then I got the people together and we came up with the concept and then we started the first event.
Yeah.
And we did at Chef J Bistro.
Yeah.
I think Brian was the one with that connection. You know, Brian's always had good connections with people and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Who you see now with Brian has always been Brian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just bigger now.
Yeah.
He's just now he was not always that big.
Right.
I remember he had big fro and like skinny and like lanky and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now you see him as dude's like a beast, bro.
Yeah.
So anyways, so does that answer your question?
No. That's good. That's good. You're doing good, man. It's a beautiful thing. I just lead the conversation. So
yeah.
That's
like we try when people ask us this, we try and make it real general, but that's like the more I think it's the more details, but that's like the gist of it, really. Right. How it really, really came about, and it was. I guess I can just leave off with very organic.
Yeah.
Very organic, and the mission was always. Even if we didn't know the mission at the time, because the mission statement came years later, all those things came years later, but we always knew that we wanted to do something in the community.
Right.
We wanted to do something artistic.
Yeah.
And we wanted to make money.
Yeah.
You know? And like, because one doesn't feed the other, you know?
Right. That's true.
Being Colombian, I like to think I've always been about my money. You know what I mean? Or at least trying to get it and things like that. And,
So your parents was never really strict with you when it come to school and your grade and stuff like that?
I mean, yes, but not like one of those like crazy moms.
Right.
You know, like very intense, like focused moms. Like, no, not like that. No, because, you know, kind of like what we were talking about earlier, how like, you know, when you have kids, you kind of let them do their thing a little bit.
Right.
So it wasn't like so much of like, like all the time.
Right.
But, you know, we had codes and morals and we had to like definitely adhere to and, you know, respect and things like that. And school was always pushed on us.
Yeah.
Like, you know, being an immigrant, you always like being first generation immigrant, like, you know, the kid is like, yo, you have to go to college. You have to go to college. You know, college. So I knew that, you know what I mean? I knew I had to do that. I just didn't know how or when. When I got there, you know, it was difficult because I had to figure out myself.
Right.
You know, go to Edison and go stand in line, stand in the wrong line, go to the other line where it is, wait in that line, and they're like, oh no, they're not here now. You know what I mean? All these things.
Man,
so like different scenarios that you run into that can be difficult if you've never been to college or you don't, or you have no guide, man.
Right.
You know, like any of these, anybody going to college now or that has gone and, you know, their parents have been able to help them out a little bit.
Right.
It's, you know, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
You know, that is a blessing because that doesn't happen all the time and it didn't happen for me.
Right.
And for a lot of other people, you know, and like, it is sometimes cool to be like, oh yeah, I did it. You know, I figured it out by myself or like, I mean, you asked for help, but like, you know, I didn't have a high influence there. You know, I had to like really find my own guide and influence. But like, man, it'd be so much easier if your parents could help you, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I look back and I'm like, it would have been nice. But it's not my story.
Yeah, it's not your story.
It's not my story.
The relationship was good with them now?
You know, my parents have always been good. The thing is that my father passed away when I was 18.
Oh.
So like my senior year in high school, he passed away. And, you know, it's hard, bro. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard losing a parent at any age.
Oh, at any age.
At any age, you know, and that is a very fundamental age. And like very transitional too. And I had no one to really be there, you know. And we're all going through our own like sadness and moments and, you know, and there is no, you know, in most, I'm sure like Latin and maybe in Caribbean countries you can relate, but like our parents don't talk about emotions or things like that. You're like, they're not like openly like, hey, this is what I'm going through or this is what's going on. So it's like, even now, it's not even like that. You know, my mom's an amazing person. You know, she's very sweet, you know, and all that stuff, and great mom, and has tried her best, and she's doing good. She frustrates me sometimes because I feel she could do better.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, hey, you've been in this country so long. Like, come on, like, let's take it to the next level. But
tough love.
You know, my dad was a tough dude.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's where I get it from a little bit.
Did
But she's sweet. No, she's sweet and stuff like that. Like, I think growing up, you know, things change after someone dies, man.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I think, like, you know, she really opened up, and, you know, and just church and things like that, man. You know, so
she learned English.
Man, she always knew English. It was more about her, like, being out there and like wanting to, like, you know, communicate and put in, because sometimes it's embarrassing. Right. You know, like, it can be embarrassing being like, what did you say? Could you repeat that slower? Right. You know, like that statement right there, which an American would be like, oh, yeah, absolutely. You know? Right. Well, sometimes your own culture, you know, like they'll laugh at you, you know? Like, oh, you can't say that right? Ha, ha, ha. Right. But, like, most Americans would appreciate, like, oh, yeah, can you repeat that again or something like that? But her, like, shyness or her, you know, whatever was like, oh, no. Yeah. So, I mean, she's been here mad years, so, like, she does communicate well and everything like that. But sometimes it's more like she'd rather not engage. Yeah. It's like, can you speak slower? Like, it's like, so there's that dynamic.
She's the observer.
Yeah. And then she'll, like, complain in Spanish.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, you gotta still complain.
Like, just cuss you in Spanish and just...
No. Luckily, I like, my mom is not like that. I'm saying just, like, you know, mom stuff. Yeah. Just like, oh, the grocery store or like, you know, or work or something like that. Right.
Now, the dynamic you guys have with the different artists that come on your program, like on the networking event that perform on the shows, how'd you guys even find them, man, to come to do a compilation of what that looked like?
You know, I have to go back to that word, organic. Yeah. We've, you know, before we've created a system of, like, a submission form and all the stuff that we developed a few years ago. We just went to go find them. Yeah. We went to go find them, and, like, through, you know, you start seeing that there's a lot of creatives in town, you know? Mm-hmm. I remember running into you at the art center. Right. I think that's the first place I met. We met at. So, like, when you put yourself, if you're a creative and you put yourself in a creative space, meaning you go to an event or you just meet one or two people and you start networking, it really just opens up. You know, you start opening up because a creative knows a creative some way, somehow. Yeah, some way, somehow. Yeah. And even if you don't even know that, you're like, oh, see, I knew I liked you, man. Yeah. You could paint, you could sing, you could draw. Oh my God. Or like maybe you're an organizer, or maybe, you know, you just you take photos or you like video or something, man. Something that's like a little like a little different. You want to be just a little different. And, like, I think there's a lot of power in that.
Yeah. So now, because you have regular work beside the GCL stuff and other endeavor, because you can kind of put the entrepreneurship title on your name as well.
Absolutely. Well, you know, like anybody that's in entertainment, I worked at the restaurant industry for a long time, like as a server. Yeah. And that has been a base, because GCL, I would say until recently, has been a passion project. Right. You know, like if we were to talk real business and stuff like that, like the numbers we make is not crazy, but we've always done it, even through the hard times of having just a few people at the event, just being consistent, keep moving. Yeah. Even if I've had to put my money in multiple times, you know, throughout the years and stuff. Right. And yeah, man, you know, it's just, what was your question?
No, you're doing good.
Yeah.
You're doing good. Yeah. You did. No, you did. It's, that's kind of good, man. That's, the way you kind of, put what you're doing, but you know, we're touching on where you are right now as the individual, you know.
So I do have other endeavors, right? Now I remember, you know, the restaurant stuff has always been a base, but then through this experience, I started taking photos and really got into video. As you know, as a creative, I didn't realize this, but I used to watch music videos
Right.
and want to do like music videos. I've always wanted to shoot music videos. You know, all these directors from back in the day, growing up and seeing them.
Yeah.
I would be like, yo, you know, X and stuff. Like, you know, what was it? Director X or
Yeah, X. Yeah,
but
he's pretty good.
Right?
Yeah.
There was. I remember him being one of the. Or
He has some dope videos. Boom. Benny Boom has some big.
Was it Benny Boom? Was
Yeah, he has some big.
There's a few cats out there that
well.
I remember just, you know, putting on these videos and stuff and being like, wow, you know, like I want to do that.
So you have a video production right now.
So I have a video production company. And then I got into real estate in 2018.
Okay.
I purchased a building and it's here in Fort Myers, like downtown, off of Fowler.
Yeah.
And, you know, my vision is to make my own Wynwood, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I went to Wynwood in 2012, 2013. I guess that's another thing for GCL too, is the experience of Wynwood and seeing that like it could happen somewhere else.
Right.
And I was like, okay, we could do it here.
Right.
So, you know, with that said, I've been doing murals. I got some murals on the building now, and my goal is to tag it up.
Yeah.
Just do the whole thing, murals and art and, you know, some graffiti and stuff because I want it to be multiple styles.
Right.
You know, because not everybody's like big on graffiti and stuff.
Right.
But I dig it. It's an art form, you know what I mean? And like, I got a piece right now from these two artists, Cloud Kent and Mastermind.
Okay.
On my building, Richard Bravo. Richard Bravo did the first piece, which is on the back of the building, and that was like a tribute. The concept that I wanted to go for was a tribute for the city, and like all the different people and stuff. Kind of make it Americana.
Yeah.
Especially because it's like the first. Well, I mean, not the first mural in Wynwood. I mean, in Midtown, because that's where the building is.
Right.
And Midtown is going to be an up and coming place. You're going to see in the next few years, bro. Like, they got some crazy plans.
Yeah.
I saw that they're putting a park by me somewhere.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I got to figure out where, but they got plans, bro. There's a lot of money coming in.
That's good, man. That is good. So, and I've seen Bravo work, man. Bravo got some serious skills, bro.
Yeah, he's amazing, bro. He went to college for it.
Yeah.
His story is wild, bro.
I know.
His story is wild.
I might have to get him on the show one of these times. I have one of his piece too. I don't know if you remember. I think it was at one of you guys.
Can I say, bro?
Yeah.
That's one of the pieces he regrets giving away.
Did he really?
Yeah, bro. We talked about that piece.
Yeah.
It was for the shooting at the club.
Yeah, the shooting at
What's the club called? It was in Orlando.
And they did. I think it was
Pulse.
like Pulse. It was like
Pulse?
20 people got killed. Was it 20?
I don't know, man. But someone went in there and just went crazy. It was very sad.
Went crazy. Yeah.
It was sad. It was very sad. But yeah. So that piece, he's been wanting to do like a shirt with it. Yeah. Like make merchandise off that piece and stuff like that. So.
He should do it.
Enjoy it, bro. Man. You should hang that up and frame it, bro.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
like that's one piece that he's like, man.
Dude, like I just went through my house, bro. I have literally 42 pieces right now. Just different art pieces, man.
You should do a show.
Yeah, I know, right? But
like yo, this is your private collection.
Yeah, it's I got some dope pieces.
Yeah, man. Get the best ones, bro. Yeah. And just do like a private collection real quick. That's a fundraiser right there, man.
I know, right? I might even do that with one of my book signings. You just never know. That's I definitely because I come and I see what you guys are doing, man, and I really like it, man. It's refreshing, and just the people that you guys have in the space, and but you're like the behind the scene type of guy, and you have Brian on the front. What made you guys wanted to do that?
Man, again, the general theme, very organic.
Yeah,
It's just who I am.
Yeah.
I don't like the attention.
Yeah.
I'm not, being in front of camera and everything has been like something new for me these past years.
Right.
I would say like 2020 and whatever stuff everybody went through in 2020. And then when we started coming out of that,
right.
I had to like be like, I had people, friends of mine, people that like, I guess love me and stuff and I respect. Where like you gotta get in front of this camera. Brian's been telling me that for years. Yeah, I'm like, nah, man, you're the guy, man.
Yeah, Brian,
you're the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's
you're the guy. There. Plus, like, I'm a little wild.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, compared to Brian.
Yeah,
like you might think Brian's wild, but he's actually a real calm dude, man.
Yeah,
that guy just wants to stay home and relax.
Yeah,
me, like you You catch me on South Beach.
Yeah.
You know, at an all-white party, bro. And stuff like that, going until 4 a.m.
You're doing it. You're doing it.
For
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
I could actually see that because Brian is kind of like a family dude.
Yeah, all around, bro.
Yeah.
All around, bro. He's a Christian conservative, like
He's
family
locked in.
guy. Yeah. He's in it and stuff like that. Barely curses.
Yeah.
You know, like this whole dynamic, bro. That's why, bro. He's gonna be a politician, man.
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah, man.
Ooh.
We talked about it. He wants to do it. It's just
Yeah.
all in due time, man. It's just not the time yet.
It is in due time. I think he just got to get his following a little bit bigger. Huh?
The following for sure.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, man. We got to work on our ADD thing. You know? And I say that because like sometimes I feel like we be on that level because we're like super creative and high functioning.
Yeah.
But man, getting us down to like put it all on paper
The
sometimes
structure
has been really hard. You
Yeah.
know? We've done it. We've done it, and we're doing it.
Right.
But like for years, it was very, very difficult. You know,
Yeah.
I think it took us to be into our 30s to really be like, can't keep doing this, bro.
Yeah.
You know.
What's the one movie, man, that you've seen that you continue to watch and it intrigues you still today, bro? If you was to think of one movie.
Like any type of movie?
Yeah. So you got a few.
Yeah. If I was to think, because I watch a lot of documentaries.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm a documentary slut. I don't know if you can say that, but
It's okay.
you know how regular people put on shows or
Right.
like reality TV to relax and stuff?
Yeah.
I put on a full documentary, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. Egypt, past, whatever, you know, like China.
Yeah.
I've been interested a lot in China recently. So like, you know, like seeing what's up with the Silk Road. Again, because it's hard for me to start and read.
Yeah.
So it's easier for me to watch, you know, videos and stuff. I heard Trump was the same way.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't like that. I gotta change myself.
You gotta change yourself.
Yeah, I gotta change myself, bro, because you can't be. Because that dude's old, bro.
Yeah.
That dude's old. He spent his whole life like that.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
I got to tell you though, bro. I saw the bridge. China has a bridge that sits underwater. That freaked me out, bro. I don't know if I could drive on that bridge.
Yeah.
I
think I saw an Instagram video where one of the cars fell off to the side.
It did, huh?
It was a truck. I think we're talking about the same bridge. Yeah. It was pretty. It's like right there. Like water would.
It's
you
It's
just
right
come
there.
driving through it. Yeah. I'm gonna say that, you know, going to Colombia and like driving through the mountains and stuff, because Cali is in a valley.
Right.
So to get out of it, well, I'll use another part where it's flat, but eventually you get to mountainous again.
Right.
And then to get to the ocean, you have to go through the mountain and just go up and then eventually come down.
Oh, okay.
And do this whole like mountain range stuff.
Right.
And man, I lost my point.
That's okay. You talking about how the layout of Colombia and getting to the
No, because you said something though.
Oh, with the water and the bridge on the water.
Oh, thank you. So the roads on these mountains used to be so small and like crazy, windy, and these trucks, huge trucks, are just coming beside you, and you're just like doing this song and dance, man. So like, what I'm gonna say is that when you have to get to the other side, and that's the only way to get there, you go, bro.
You gotta go.
As a human, you go. You figure it out. You know what I mean? So you say that now, but I know.
Oh, definitely.
If you had to cross that,
I got to.
And your kids were over there or someone was over there, you go, bro. And that's the human thing about it.
Yeah.
That's why they say, like, oh, how are these immigrants crossing all these countries and whatever, going here and like, you know, going through all the sacrifice and all the craziness that they go through. Is like, when you have no choice, man.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy though, bruv, because almost everyone that's here is immigrant. And it's like they come and they make a structure and make it hard for other people now, though.
Right.
Well, I don't know if I would say make it hard, because some people still have it easy to come here.
Some people do. You're right. And like,
because they say the Mexicans, it's still easy for the Mexican to come.
You know, I don't know. I don't know how easy it is to get a visa, to be honest with you. In Colombia, it's always been hard to get a visa to come here to the States. At some point, it's gotten easier.
What, they have like a certain amount they give out every year?
That, you know, but the thing is that like we think that where people should be worried about the immigrants at the border and stuff coming in. And don't get me wrong, ever since, even before COVID, those numbers have always been pretty crazy and stuff like that. Like, it's a lot of people, but I remember listening to something and it said that legal immigration is the worst.
Yeah.
So like people that like get visas and then whatever, and they just stay.
Yeah.
So like in Colombia, they always try to avoid that.
Right.
So like if you don't have any type of base, my understanding is you don't have any type of like family here already,
right,
or if you don't have like a business in Colombia, or you make a certain amount of money in Colombia or something like that,
right,
then they're not going to give you a tourist visa or something like that because you might stay.
Right.
And then to get a residency, it's just even more levels,
more
money,
yeah,
all this stuff. So even just for the tourist one, it's like, you know, I got some fam now that came from Colombia because they had to renew their visa, their tourist visa.
Yeah.
And they could only stay 3 months at a time, I believe.
Right.
3 or 6 months, something like that.
3 months.
Yeah. So legal immigration, man. You know, people are staying here, bro. And what about Canada?
Listen, man. That's, you know, the crazy thing, I don't even have an issue going to Canada or coming back over, but it almost seemed like most people that come from Canada, they just find someone to marry here, bro. I'm just smooth sailing.
Right.
I think once you marry someone, it's like a whole nother ball game.
That's what I hear. I don't know.
It's easier.
That's scary to get married for that. You know what I mean? It's like
you ain't ready for all that.
A lot of levels there.
Oh man, you because there's a few times I've seen you with because you a ladies man somewhat, man, but you got one lady that
you're funny.
that ain't the case.
No, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't say you're wrong.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But
well,
yeah,
I remember meeting like your lady.
We've known each other. Yeah, for sure. And we've been dating now for 5 years.
That's amazing.
5 years now.
Locked in.
So 2018. Yeah. I feel, but I don't feel locked in.
No.
I don't feel like, oh man, or nothing like that. Like, you know, it feels like you have a partner.
Yeah.
You know, like a partner, someone I can count on.
She understands you.
She understands me. I understand her. She's a creative too.
That's
you know, and I think that's a big thing because, like, you know, living this lifestyle, not too many women, or in general, I guess, for my case, women, but like in general, not too many partners will be like, let me but like, hey, you have to go do a podcast right now.
Right.
Go do your thing, baby.
Yeah.
You know, or like, let me help you out or something like that.
Yeah.
It might be like, it might be an inconvenience, or like they don't get it.
Right.
Because maybe there's no money coming in yet.
Right.
So it's like, why are you putting all this time over there and not focusing on me and stuff?
Right.
And like, I've dated women that are not creatives.
Right.
Like awesome women.
Yeah.
You know, dope individuals, bosses.
Yeah.
And I love strong women. I like alphas. Like, you know, like, and it was hard to be understood. Right. Or when I would talk and have these creative moments or these little tangents and stuff like that. Yeah. It would be like a real like what is it called when you do this? But it's like not patronizing, but a very like, aw, Marco.
Sympathetic.
Like, you're doing that thing you do again. There you go. You think that way. Like, you're so cute. That's why I like you. That's why I like to keep you around. That's how it felt sometimes. You know what I mean? And I was like, but you don't get it. We got to change the world. Yeah. You know? And it's like, oh, that's cute. You know? Like, getting that energy. But it is hard because being a dude and, you know, these women were so attractive and I was attracted to them. And then being like that, you kind of let it go, you know? Right. You know, you're like, oh, like, yeah, okay, you know, whatever. And then you kind of move on, this and that. But not until you find someone that really understands you and really listens and puts in input as to like, hey, how can we do that? Right. You know, or like, I don't know about that, you know, and like really that is a blessing, you know what I mean? I feel, you know. And
I like that, man. I see where they make fun now a little bit of alpha females.
They do?
Well, I don't know if you've seen the video where, you know, dude homeboy call him like, yo, let's go out. And he's like, let me check. And he look at his lady. He's like, hey, babe, you know, my guys wanted us to just go out for a little bit. And she's like, fine. And he's like, well, I mean, I could get you something if you want. And she was like, no, I'm good. And he was like,
it was like the opposite.
Sure?
He was like weird. He was weird.
Yeah,
so
because
cool.
he was like, I mean, you know, whatever you need. Like, you know, and he's just like, he's there, but she's not saying nothing. And then he gets back at the phone like, I can't go out, bro.
Stop!
Bro, like, what do you do, bro? Like, it's just, that's like the worst, because, like, like, and that's crazy, because you don't
You're
really
so funny,
know
bro.
what she's thinking. Like, like.
Man, I'm not a perfect relationship dude, because sometimes I've had to learn to communicate softer.
Yeah.
Because I can be very forward and this and that. So, like, it's been a process. But, I think in that case, it'll be something, like, if it's something he never did before.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's weird, not the friend or something like that. But it's someone that, like, you introduce your... For me, I'm not someone who keeps my relationship over here.
Right.
I'm like, hey, this is this person. And I don't really post a lot on social media, so that kind of comes back to haunt me.
Right,
Because
right.
like, yo, you're going to show me on social media sometimes. And I'm like, I don't really show anything on social media besides
right.
maybe an activity,
or
like
the
a
work.
marketing promotion or something like that. Like, I wouldn't even have this,
Yeah.
honestly, if it wasn't for that.
Right, right.
I've had to get better at posting. I've had to get better at stories, turning the camera on myself. So it's been a transition thing. But my point is, I think that if she met you that way,
yeah,
and now she expects something different, or anything, if you meet like a strong woman that is like, hey, I'm gonna go do this over here, or I do this in the community, or I'm gonna go hang out with my girls, and that was not a thing before,
yeah,
I can see it be an issue,
Right,
but
right.
if it's something you state from the beginning, like, this is what I do every now and then,
right,
it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
So I feel that I ran with that energy.
Yeah.
Like, hey, because I have a lot of friends that are women.
Right.
And it's just because I've known for years, since college, whatever. And like, like, hey, what's going on? I've introduced, I introduced everybody.
Yeah.
Like, whatever's going on, this is how I try not to hide who I am. And I think sometimes in relationships, people do that.
They do that. I like that. I think the next female I have on my show, I got to ask them about that. Because that's crazy. Like how they do that. Like, we're like, I don't want you to do this, but I'm gonna say okay because I just don't want to deal with all that right now. And put you in a headspace where making you think like, okay.
And also as a man, if you're like, see, because I think someone told me this one time and it resonated so much. It was like, yo, as a man, your no needs to be a no and your yes needs to be a yes.
Right.
Like, make your no a no and your yes a yes. So. Right. With that, it took me some time to process that, but now what I can say, what I got from that, is that if you say yes, I am going to do this or be there or help you with this, you got to be there to do this or do it. You know what I mean?
You got to be there.
Even if you're running late, hey, I'm running late. Communicate that.
Right,
Don't just show up late, like all these things.
Yeah.
And be there and like be engaged, be present.
Right.
And then and if you don't want to do that,
right,
don't halfway step it.
Yeah.
Be like, no, I don't do that. And may explain why.
Yeah.
You can't just say no to no. You know what I mean? Like, that's petty. But like, if you say no and these are the reasons, and the other person doesn't understand,
right,
then it's like, And obviously you have to have like legitimate reasons.
Right.
You can't just be an asshole about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it.
Just, so I mean, I kind of run with that mentality and, because I do have a long distance relationship.
Okay.
So, it's being this way has like helped our relationship stay functioning,
That's good.
And like healthy and avoid insecurities.
Yeah.
From both sides.
Yeah.
Because distance can do that.
Right.
So,
distance can definitely do that.
And it's not perfect, but we try and we have a good time, and when it doesn't work, we talk about it.
That's good. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So, with the other endeavors going on, what's coming up for GCL, man? Because, you guys just had your milestone event.
Yeah, 11 years, March.
Right. And, because you guys are growing more, you're doing a little bit more, you're doing, you're bringing in more people, bigger business, stuff like that. I mean, you still see it moving forward as a networking event? Are you focusing more on your video business or?
So I would say that personally, my main focus is my real estate property, then GCL, then my personal video business.
Okay.
But with GCL, we do our own videos. So like I help. I'm a producer.
Right.
So like I'll do the producing side on either side of it, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I have left MCLA Productions on the tail end.
Okay.
Until I settle a few things with GCL and my real estate.
Okay.
So as far as GCL though, we are solidifying art and poetry.
Right.
You know, we've been able to get over 200 people a show.
Yeah.
This last show was like a little slow, but you know, we still had like 150 people.
That's good, man.
So like, you know, it's not for an art show,
Right.
For something in the community.
Yeah.
You know, we used to not hit those numbers.
Right,
You know,
right,
like
right.
we used to be like 60 people, 40
Yeah,
people, man.
Yeah. No, I
30,
remember a
you know
lot
what I
of
mean?
them days, yeah.
So like now at this point, and at the anniversary, we had over 300 people.
Yeah, the anniversary was big.
We had over 300. That place was full.
Yeah.
We've never had that many people before.
Yeah.
You know, in one at that event at least. We've done
Right.
other events, outdoor stuff where we've had people like that, but you know, it's so spread out that you don't see
Right.
it. You know, being in the space, and then we had the food.
Yeah.
You know, the bar was popping. The performances were awesome.
Yeah.
So solidifying that, creating the processes behind it to really give the show that you see
Yeah.
in a healthy, functional way,
Right.
instead of it being like you know. Because
Yeah.
now at this level, we gotta run do it right. You know,
Yeah.
so now we got sound people
Yeah.
to help us with the soundboard. You know, we've created one of the I've learned this word recently this past few months of verticals.
Verticals. Okay.
One of the verticals that GCL is working on, to answer your original question, is our what is it called? Intellectual property.
Intellectual property. Yeah.
So by that is not just art and poetry as a show, but all the content created behind it.
Right,
Because
right,
it's such a dope show that we're working on creating a show behind it.
Right.
So it's a variety show.
Yeah.
It's, you know, performances on stage, and we've been working on, and you know how video it is, man.
Right,
you know what I
right.
mean? And like packaging it up, creating the right things.
Right.
You need the intro, the outro, what song
Oh,
are
yeah.
you going to use?
Oh yeah.
You know, like, and then figuring out the actual production side, you know,
Right.
making sure all the cameras are on, the performances, what
Right.
angles, like all those things have taken time in. But you know, our vertical is this intellectual property avenue with digital content,
Right. Right.
and you know, creating it through the out of the event, because we feel that art and poetry has always been a fundamental event, not just because it's the longest running GCL event, but also
Right.
because it has been a place for a lot of new artists
Right.
to step out, you know,
Yeah.
to give them a safe space to present their art, take it to the next level. There's been so many groups or individuals that have touched the stage that are now doing something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like D. Goodson is a good example
Right,
that I could just
right.
think of right off the bat.
Yeah.
You know, I believe we were the first stage, you know, that he performed at
Right.
as an example. And now he's going to Tampa,
Yeah.
Orlando. He's traveling. He
Right.
was signed to Trina.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still signed to Trina, but he was signed to Trina or something like that. And like
Right.
just all these different things, man. So and that's just one artist out of like 11 years, man. So it's
That's
been a lot
amazing.
of artists, a lot of community. So we just got interviewed recently for an article, and you know, she mentioned that, and you know, it resonated with me, and I was like, yes,
Yeah.
we have been that stepping stone
Right.
in a very organic level. It's not
Yeah.
like we're like, oh yeah, we want to be this person. It's just the premise for that event and the company has always been to bring the arts and the community together.
Right.
So, you know, a lot of people that do events out here, they might only get one group,
Right.
you know, which is cool. You know, like,
Yeah.
because as long as you're doing something positive for the community and you're affecting your group or these individuals, and I'm not just talking about like creed, I'm talking about like age,
Right. Right.
you know, all
right.
those things, like, that's cool. Good. You know, like, as long as it's for the community, GCO, Marco, Brian, we're on it. We're with it. But not too many people can have the multiple groups
Right.
from age range to
Right.
creed to
Very diverse.
super diverse.
Yeah.
So we've always ran with that energy, and you know, that's what we always want to do, man.
That's beautiful, man. For listeners that are listening, an introvert with a creative mindset, what would you say to them, bro?
You know, we are not. It's all in your mind, you know.
Yeah.
To some degree, if you really want to let it out, you got to step out. You know,
Yeah.
you got to step out. So there's nothing wrong with being that way, but you know, at moments to really take your creativity to the next level, you got to step out. And whatever that means, wherever city, wherever you are, you just got to find your tribe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it's something Brian says, actually. You got to find your tribe, because once you do that, the opportunity to be for exponential success is like it's up to you. You know, it's unlimited, really.
Yeah, I like that, man. You've created a whole bunch of different stories on the show today. This is amazing, bro.
Have I? I don't know, man. I was almost. Oh, I was late. So I'm like,
That's okay.
and I was like, oh my god, let's go. I need to drink coffee.
Let's go. It was beautiful, man. So and for you guys, we'll work on getting Brian on the show.
We have to do another one.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do another one.
Absolutely.
So and at some point, you guys will kind of get a mix of what the whole GCL movement is about. Maybe I'll pull up Stories to Create podcast at the show and.
For sure, man. Well, we gotta have you on our podcast too.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention the podcast. That's another vertical.
Yeah.
So it's the show and the podcast.
Yeah, we're in the last leg right now. So definitely let the listeners know, what you guys all got going right now. So the podcast, what is that about?
So the podcast is another like intellectual digital property thing we're trying to create, where we wanted to interview local shakers and movers, but we're art and poetry. We're GCL, so GCL always has this artistic twist.
Right.
We always like to do something a little different.
Yeah.
And what we created is a performance portion.
Okay.
So we interview two people.
Yeah.
One of them could be like yourself, like a creator, and then maybe we'll have you as some in the middle of the segment go and perform your piece.
I see.
I
see. Yeah.
And then we'll have somebody else, not like a community person.
Right.
I don't know. I can't think of anybody like, let's just say like Michelle Hilton or something.
Right,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Just that name just popped up because I read it earlier.
That's
scrolling.
beautiful. Yeah.
So like someone like that in the community that's, doing stuff, helping out, is aware. We interview them and we kind of make that combination, of like the duality of what exists in Fort Myers in the area, which is like, hey, a creative doing this, and then a local shaker and mover trying to do this in the community.
You know what? And that's a sister of mine too, man. So Michelle, maybe we'll do a show.
I would love to hear her talk, man. The few times that we have interacted, it's always been.
She's amazing.
It's always love,
She is amazing, man. Definitely going to be bringing her on this show at some point. So
good. Yeah, the CRA is doing their thing, so
I
appreciate it.
It's
and it's good to see her, and because I remember before she was the head, and like just seeing that she's leading the way.
She's leading the way, man, and
that.
her sisters is right behind her, bro. Her alpha sisters, all her.
Oh yeah, the sorority.
The sorority, they're.
Okay, I was not aware of that.
Yeah. They do their thing.
Right.
They got her back. It's a beautiful thing. I like that. When people are, because strength is in the number, right?
Man, she found a tribe.
Oh yeah, man.
She found a tribe. So that's another vertical, man. But basically, right now we're focusing on art and poetry.
Yeah.
We're doing the creating this content, trying to figure out a way to market it right. Because it's not just about creating a podcast. It's like, hey, how do you get it out there? Because you got to get views, man.
You got to get views.
Got to get views.
You got to get listeners and, talk about that. Listen, guys, I'm 100 download away from start making money for EHAS. So you guys get people in there to go download these shows. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, absolutely. Very excited.
Listen, Marco, man, it was a pleasure having you on the show, man. I appreciate the stories, man, and who you are, man, and what you're doing in the community, bro.
Likewise, man.
My dude.
I learned some new things about myself, too.
You did? That is amazing. So listen, guys, there you have it. Another story was created. Until our next episode, when we'll have another guest doing it all over again. This is your dude right here, Cornell Bunting.
Thanks for tuning in and downloading this episode of Stories to Create. We appreciate you being part of this growing community of storytellers and listeners. If today's conversation inspired you, please share the show with friends, family, or anyone who could use a little motivation in their journey. A special thank you to our sponsors, EHAS Organization, Cornell Bunting LLC, and Nostril Cheese Chase for supporting the mission and making this podcast possible. To learn more about our work, upcoming projects, and how you can get involved, be sure to visit www.hissinggorge and www.cornellbunting.com. Until next time, keep creating, keep growing, and remember, your story has power.